here on scene. We saw the large plume of smoke from way far away. If you're in the San Fernando Valley, you'll probably be able to see this smoke pretty much wherever you look. You can see a number of vehicles burning down there as well. Right now, LA City Fire just getting here on scene. This new part of this live ammo exploding may cause a little bit of an issue for the firefighters because they might not be able to get as close as they usually would to try to get the water on those flames. Also, to make things more difficult, they do have a lot of vegetation in the area as well. They have one helicopter now from LA City Fire also arriving here on scene, just taking a look at what's going on. But as it stands right now, we understand no injuries to any civilians or firefighters yet. One large garage, several smaller outbuildings, all burning out here on a large piece of property right off of San Fernando Boulevard in the Granada Hills area. Live in Sky 9, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you two in the studio. There is actually some fire on those power lines, which may cause some other problems for those firefighters as well. Those guys down there on the ground, you know, they're trained to handle these types of situations. You can see some of those firefighters making their way very close to where those flames are, and as you pointed out, those power lines right above them. Right now, though, they're working to get what they're called the bulk of the fire knocked down. Hopefully, they can get that knocked down very quickly, meaning putting out that fire, and then they can work on the smaller spots afterwards. Right now, though, an area that's difficult to get to, possible live ammo being being stored inside one of those buildings, going off as well. This, again, very dangerous situation for the firefighters. LA City Fire, they're out here. They're making great progress. You can see a lot of white smoke, a little less flame, and of course, they're trying to keep that fire from getting into that vegetation nearby. And of course, something they always say, structure protection. A lot of other buildings in the area as well. They just don't want these flames to spread. And of course, they're doing a fantastic job. Again, this happening in the Granada Hills area, just south of the 118 freeway and right off of San Fernando Boulevard. No, not the main house at all, Crystal. They've been saying from the get-go, a very large garage. That's the way it was described. A number of vehicles inside of that, and that's going to make that fire a little bit more difficult. You can see all of a sudden a lot of black smoke kind of really starting to pour out of that garage. Once again, might be one of those cars that's in there, may have just caught fire, or maybe one of the tires. We've seen that in the past. Those tires get hot and they explode. Very dramatic and loud, but really it's not that bad. Again, though, right now, that smoke really starting to get dark once again, and that's problematic for those firefighters. They're down there. They're putting a lot of water on it. They're trained professionals. LA City Fire, one of the best in the world, but they're working right now to keep this fire contained. They don't want it to spread to any of those other buildings, and like you said, the main house very close by right there. Right now, though, it does seem to be on a trailer, a shed, and then, of course, the main bulk of the fire going to be inside that garage right there. It's San Fernando Mission Boulevard. San Fernando Mission Boulevard. And it was funny because I kept saying it and I would pause and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. San Fernando Mission Boulevard. You got a little bit right there, but you got firefighters. I wonder what kind of cars were in there. That looks Fordish. Maybe an old Thunderbird. Hey, where'd they come from? Oh. Simon Desk, I've been kind of busy with the talking, but did we ever get a real address on this? Copy all, thank you. Mission Boulevard. Woo! A big ball of fire just came out of that shed. Right. Wonder what that is. San Fernando Mission Boulevard. Okay, quick hit. Make it short. That's what you wanted to say? Make it quick and neat? Quick, okay. Quick and neat. Got it. Turn away. Juan, is it? Oh. Juan Crystal, this is happening out here at the 17,900 block of San Fernando Mission Boulevard. LA City Fire arriving here on scene, having a little difficulty making access to the property back. It's far from the road. When they finally got there, they said they had several outbuildings and a large garage fully involved in fire. Right now, though, the bulk of the fire, meaning a lot of that fire, has been pretty much put out. LA City Fire still here on scene. They're working on the hot spots. Again, this is happening in Granada Hills, right off the 17,900 block of San Fernando Mission Boulevard. Live in Sky 9, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you two in the studio. Yeah, that's the way you do it. He started like trying to kick down the rest of the garage door. Are we doing Facebook Live on this? Oh, he said it earlier? Oh, Facebookers. Let you all down again. Sigh. Oh, really? Oh, I turned him down then. Yeah. Yeah, there was a fire out here in the Mission Hills area, San Fernando Mission near Zelza. Yep, 17,900 block. Brad, oh, I got to work. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. What'd he say? Well, the fire's going to be out, though. There's nothing cool to show. So anyway, I don't know when they actually took us The Eagle Eye, the Brennan Eagle Eye, picked this thing up long before we even heard it on the scanner. We were way up in the AV. Really, kind of, that's a story that I'm going to keep my eyes and ears on for sure. But anyway, we're making our way back down from the Antelope Valley, and we kind of peeking through Mindanao Pass, and Brennan's like, "Hey, look at that!" And it was like this huge plume of smoke out here. Its technical term, I guess, is really truly is called a header of smoke. And we saw it, instantly turned on the city fire, and boom, there it was. And it turns out that it was a garage. And, you know, when you see a garage like this in a nice house like that, I'm just worried. I don't want to see the carnage. I don't want to know what they're going to pull out from in there. It's probably just going to make me very sad. No injuries, as I've been told. Switching to Freak 5. And so at any rate, when we first arrived here, there was reports of ammunition. So somebody out here storing some ammunition possibly in one of these buildings, and the fire was getting to it, and there was ammunition going off. Makes it very dangerous for the firefighters. But these guys, you know, they made it happen. They got in here. They put out that fire relatively quickly. Hey, Micah. Super tight. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right. Super tight. Jeff and Susie. Fire, now out. Back to you. Some foliage taken off. I got to stay away from that foliage word because I actually use it on television every now and then. It's vegetation, Stu, vegetation. Foliage, I know. I speak on television, Brennan. Anyways, guys and gals that are still watching with us, yeah, the fire pretty much out. No injuries to civilians or firefighters at this time. LA City Fire is still here on scene. Where is it? We're calling this the Granada Hills area. It's the 17,900 block of San Fernando Mission Boulevard. A lot of smoke, a lot of fire when the LA City firefighters first arrived here on scene. Now, not so much, and that's good work for them. They kept the fire from spreading to the main buildings or the buildings where people live, which is very close by on both sides of that property line. There were some other outbuildings. That's the only way they're describing them. One of them we can see is a travel trailer. Damaged from the flames, but right now fire is almost out, and again, great work from LA City Fire, and it does appear we are going to be doing something at the top of the 5 on Channel 2. It's going to be Jeff and Pat, two of the most awesome anchors in the world, and somebody actually wrote the same thing you said, Brennan. They did almost a pronunciation. Foliage. It's vegetation. The trees, the shrubbery. Yeah, those cars are just smoldering in there. I don't want to even see it. Sad. Hey, Johnny. Yeah, Becky, everybody has a pool. I have a pool, so you know everybody has a pool. Trust me. I actually use my pool every now and then. I probably use the jacuzzi more. Jerry was asking about what it was that was, it was ammo. That's what we were hearing. We were hearing that there may be some live ammo inside one of the buildings, probably going off when they first arrived there. They probably, you just heard probably, really? Are they? Yeah, it's the cars. I'm telling you, it's got to be the cars in there, and they haven't made. Oh, it isn't padded. Hey, who's the anchors? Jeff and Susie? Jeff and Susie. All right. Okay, Jeff and Susie. Pat's off today. Hope she's not watching. And the only reason I say that is because she deserves some time off. Jeff and Susie. Still, my description still holds. Timothy, yeah, the garage is probably gone, and the travel trailer probably has enough damage that they'll total it, and the sheds are probably damaged as well, and whatever cars were in there, like I said, I don't even want to see it. I don't even want to know. All right, I got to take my headsets off. Those two hairs that are on the top of my head are falling down into my eyes and starting to get annoying. Yeah. Where is Granada Hills? 1 minute away. I'll explain Granada Hills in a few minutes. Jeff and Susie, thank you for that. All right, cool, thanks. Super quick. Fire, now out, back to you. Oh no, Granada Hills. Here we go. Ten seconds. Well, LA City Fire arrived out here, and what they were welcomed with a lot of fire and a lot of smoke. It's on a large piece of property out here in the Granada Hills area, right at the 17,900 block of San Fernando Mission. Now, LA City Fire made their way back there. They did put out most of that fire. You can see it just kind of reigniting right now. In the end, they said several outbuildings were on fire and a garage. Though, as we understand it, no injuries to firefighters, no injuries to civilians. Live in Sky 2 over Granada Hills, I'm Stu Mundel. Jeff, Susie, back to you. It looks like it's kicking up again. The red car, I think it's some sort of either a Fairlane or maybe a Falcon. You know, don't like hit me up and say hey, it's a Mercury or whatever, the Mercury version. But I'm guessing that's what it is. Not 100%. We were looking at it earlier. Yeah, they kept saying that they're getting a handle on it, and they actually said they had a knockdown. But you can see that the white smoke turning like light gray again. So whatever's in there is stubborn. Probably a lie. It's a garage, and this guy obviously a car guy, so you can only wonder what's in there. Probably a lot of flammable stuff. Let me double check with our assignment desk. Assignment desk. Everybody's talking about the trailer right now. The trailer it was in that spot when they got there. Somebody said something about why didn't they move it. Obviously property is important for the firefighters. LA City Fire, I think it actually goes life and then property. They probably didn't move it because they probably figured it would be more dangerous to move it, and it might have been already been on fire when they arrived. And then all of a sudden now you've got this flaming motor trailer sliding down the runway. So sliding down the driveway. So I was thinking about Brendan's flying. So at any rate, that's probably one of the reasons why they just kind of left that where it was. Yes, it is damaged, and there are other outbuildings in the back as well. Now, I don't know if you guys have all been here since the get-go, but they were talking about when they arrived here, there was some live ammo going off inside of one of the buildings as well. That kind of hindered the firefighters' response and, their ability to get up close to the buildings that are on fire. I also, I'm getting a little bit of a wider shot. You can kind of see where that garage is. It's set far back on a piece of property. When they're arriving there on scene, they didn't know, is it this property, is it this property? So obviously it took them a minute or two, or maybe even could have been property off of that road right there. So they're making their way and trying to figure out all that. So that slows the process. But again, LA City Fire, one of the best in the world, got there quick enough. You can see the building still standing. You can see the main houses not damaged, and all this vegetation not on fire. So in the end, I'd say that they did a fantastic frickin' job to get this fire out. Again, this happened in Granada Hills. It's going to be the 17,900 block of San Fernando Mission Boulevard. LA City Fire out here. The fire pretty much now out. No injuries to firefighters. No injuries to civilians. What'd you asking, Christopher? Yeah, that's one of the outbuildings that they were talking about, is some sort of shed back there, but they keep knocking it down. It keeps coming back. Looks like a lean-to of some sort. Yeah, these are all nice out here. This is the area where I drive through every now and then, go, wow. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I kind of know where we are. There's Zelza. There's my bank down there. So yeah, I'm like, this is I totally know this area. No. I just like I said, I drive through here all the time, and I'm like, man, there's so many nice houses out here. 9 Hotel, Simon Descon 1. You think it's a toy hauler? I don't know. Really? Copy all, thank you. Gabriel returning to base. That story is going to be creepy. I don't know if you guys are doing the internet and watching on CBS. We were just up in the Antelope Valley at Juniper Hills. Palmdale Sheriff's working out there. Burned out building. Bodies, supposedly bodies found. We're waiting for the coroner to give an official on that. But just creepy. And again, somebody lost their lives, so you don't want to make it any kind of anything than what it is. Sad. But wow, that's one of those stories that I'm just wondering what the heck happened there. There was a hole, and there was a SUV parked over the hole, and the SUV was burned out as well. So it's just bizarre. Making our way back to Venice. It's, I don't know for sure, but I think we're doing a Balboa approach. Brennan is nodding his head. And you know what's on Balboa? Some really great new restaurants. And the only reason I bring that up is because they're very close to where the airport is. And now all of a sudden we've got some better food to eat. So it's pretty awesome. I'm glad they built that little hut of civilization for us. I'm sure the group is usually the same group that's always here. Azusa Days, if you guys are near Azusa, if you guys are local, come on by. Azusa Days, it's Saturday morning, doing a parade thing. My wife is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Maybe Brendan's going to be there. We'll all see who's going to be there. But I'm definitely going to be there for sure. If you guys are locals, hashtag CBSLA for all your newsy needs. And then, of course, right now, you should be, as soon as this is over, if you're not already watching, CBS 2, you got Jeff and Susie at, holding down the fort, running the show, and doing an awesome job, and a lot of news to be had. You got that hurricane, you got political stuff, and then maybe some more breaking news as well. I did get your text. I'm going to try to get a hold of you later on. Charlotte, that's because they didn't get there when it was on fire. That's the reason why they're still there. When you don't actually have the stuff on fire, you got to stay a little bit longer, and make up for that. That's why those guys are still there. Anyways, we're going to be landing here in just a moment or two. And again, podcast, of course, you've still got my podcasts are out in the wind. We haven't had new ones yet. But if you want, listen to them, find them, listen to them. Just Google it. It's In the Air with Stu Mundel. And it's some good stuff, and it might give you some ideas of who we can interview. Yes, we all want a car chase, but we can't all have the things that we want. Paul, that was the original idea, but that got shot down very, very quickly. I don't understand what fire department JTS. I don't understand that, Tim. I'm sorry, because I'll gladly answer it for you. Brennan with his surgical position, landing us in a little tiny box amongst a lot of other expensive aircraft. Okay, we're on the ground. We love the love. You guys give us a shout out. Check us out. Stu_Mundel, Rotorhead8. Those are our handles on all social media, and we'll chat with y'all soon.